So hi friends, good evening. I'm back with another chapter of Growth Talks, and this time I have Kaushal Thakkar, who is the MD and founder of a company called Infidigit. He is ex-Myntra and he has traveled down all the way from Mumbai to Bangalore for this event. So thanks a lot Kaushal, and nice to have you here. So how was your experience with the event that we did just now?
It was a wonderful community. I enjoyed speaking with them. The question and answers were also really interesting. The people had depth knowledge of growth, and that's what I felt it was amazing about that audience.
Nice. So Kaushal, you have been in this whole SEO ecosystem for more than 18 years, I guess, right?
Yes.
If I'm not- Yeah. And previous to this, you were working with one of the giants in the Indian ecosystem, that is Myntra. So, not talking much about Myntra, but I would like to know how life has been after Myntra. There might be a lot of learning at Myntra, but how you took it front and then Infidigit happened, right? So how has been the thing with you?
So, Myntra, while I have been away from this particular brand as an employee, but this brand is connected with me since the last 7 years.
Wow.
Since the year 2013 when I started working on it, to as on today also when we serve Myntra as an agency partner,
Okay.
the brand is really close. In fact, this was the brand which helped me to build my business.
Okay.
They had that confidence in me that okay, while even if I'm not an employee in that particular organization, they trusted me and said that Kaushal, please help us with the SEO work over here because it's your baby and nobody can take care of it better than you. So that's something which I appreciate them a lot for trusting me and giving me that particular responsibility. And yes, it's since the time I started Infidigit, it was an entrepreneurial journey. It was very different from me leaving a corporate job and moving on to the entrepreneur side. Instead of receiving the salaries on the first of every month, now you have to pay salaries to 60 people at the end of the month. So it was a very different challenge for me. We are yet a bootstrap company. So that was one of the challenge. But what gives me more pleasure at the end of the month is helping this many people grow in their professional life, helping this many clients grow their ROIs, grow their sessions. So that's something which has changed over the period. Instead of working on one brand, we are working on multiple brands now.
Nice, that's great. So let's talk more about SEO now. So I personally have seen a lot of companies and individuals who have kept out SEO of their marketing spectrum. Like they don't pay much attention to it, and according to them, SEO is just fixing a few things and that's it. So do you think it's justifiable, or do you think this has to change?
This definitely needs to change. See, the mindset which is there, I would not blame the marketers for this particular thing, but somewhere down the line, these people had some bad experience regarding SEO.
Yeah.
What the professional used to do is they used to restrict themselves to the very basics of SEO, which is almost 10 years old as on today. Today, SEO has evolved more towards the product side of it. It needs to have much better strategies implemented. This is something which is missing when an corporate is looking out for an agency partner.
Okay.
I had the same challenge when I was at Myntra. I was trying to find an agency partner. It took me 6 months to identify one particular partner. So this was when the concept of Infidigit was born as well. Right? That seeds were imbibed at that particular level. That hey, somewhere in future, if I have to start up, I will need to create this kind of organization which does justice to SEO. Coming to that particular question again, where other reason which these people do not go with SEO is people need quick results, specifically in India. In other growth markets, where we look at US and other European geographies, people understand that hey, this is earned media and this is going to show results in the long run. And that's where they are ready to spend on it. But with the Indian marketer, as of now, I believe the pressure is much on the individuals that hey, they have to prove results within a short span of time. That's why they are going for the other modes of marketing. But definitely when they spend on organic, the returns on investments are much higher. I'll give you a case of Myntra website itself. We recently won an award for them for increasing their organic return on investment. So in this case, there was a comparison which was done between the organic return on investment versus return on investment of paid channels.
Okay.
The award which we received was for delivering 84 times
Whoa.
more returns on investment
That's
while
impressive.
organic.
That's impressive. And that is something that people should actually look up to.
Yes.
This is surely going to be one of the benchmarks once people are viewing this video. Moving on to the next question. So I have one of our community enthusiasts. So she hails from Mumbai, your city. So she is asking you, what are some new trends in SEO which can be a game changer for companies?
So some of the new trends which could be game changers is we need to definitely look out for the three V's, which is the voice, visuals, and the video.
3 V's. Okay.
Right. Specifically because these are the V's which or the techniques which seems will take more and more space, and as a user evolves more from the textual search to the voice search, this is something which is going to be a key in future. As of now, within the Indian market, it is at a very nascent stage, so that's why we do not have much numbers around it. But yeah, this I would term this as the emerging things.
So 3 V's is something that people need to look up to.
Yes.
Perfect. Moving on, another question from one of our city heads. So from Hyderabad. So she's asking this thing, and I also actually wanted to ask you this thing. That does the SEO practice change with the change in industries? Like let's say if we have a edtech company or maybe an infratech company or something into e-commerce, does the SEO strategy changes or more or less it's same?
See, more or less the SEO strategy remains same. So in strategy terms, as I mentioned during the session also, I would term that at a strategic level you need to first think about the platform.
Okay.
You need to start analyzing the data which you have about yourself versus the competitors, and then get into the on-page, off-page and other stuff. But what changes at a site-to-site level or a domain level is how are you planning to implement the pages, how are you planning to implement the internal links. This all techniques is something which changes across the domains. So let me give you an example of an e-commerce company. In an e-commerce company, if you had to build internal links, you would create pages like people who viewed this also saw
this, yeah.
on a product page. However, let's say if you have a gaming company and you have pages around a gaming website, you may create pages for, let's say on a particular page, you may say that, okay, people who played this particular game also like this particular thing.
Some
So
sort of recommendation.
some sort of recommendation engine could be implemented across both. But yes, at a technical level, the algorithm which is implemented on an e-commerce store would be much different vis-a-vis the gaming website.
Got it. Okay, so moving on to the next question. So, how do you think voice search will evolve in 2020? Because you talked about 3 V's and the upcoming trends, and I personally believe that out of all the 3 V's, probably voice is one of the highest priority.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's happening is the teenagers specifically are searching more and more via the voice search, while the adults are also moving slowly and steadily into it. Yet the adults have some, they're moving back in terms of doing the searches across all the places. Maybe when in the public places they are not doing it, or they're doing it at the comforts of their home. So very small number of people are doing voice searches. Even Google has not shared this particular data that okay, how many voice search are actually happening. So that's where as of now we don't know how many searches are specifically happening on voice search. But this is something which we need to look out for to go deeper into that particular topic. With voice search, conversational search, conversational talk between, let's say, a human being and a Google assistant, or even an Alexa or iPhone assistant may happen. Now, to ensure that you are giving the right answers to the questions is not something which will be done at that particular stage, because you don't have a human being over there. It's the data which has been inserted into a particular page has to respond back to a user. Now this particular thing will need implementation of some piece of code within each of the particular pages. The content will have to be also written in a different way, and that's where the life of the content writer will also change. So this is something which is going to change the industry. But yes, once we see some initial results, once we see some initial data, more energy and
Right
focus
now the
will be
data
given
set is
towards
too
that.
much lean, I would say.
Yes.
So, just adding to what you said right now, so you talked about content writer, you also talk about techie as well.
Yes.
So, this is something that I wanted to ask you. So, we all know that SEO is surely a part of any growth process or experiment, or maybe you can say if a growth marketer is planning to do something, SEO is 99% times
Yes.
it's there, right?
That definitely should
Correct.
be there.
But there is a myth around growth hacking. You also know that you are a growth hacker and things are done. But like a lot of people don't realize that growth hacking is an experiment and it requires a team. Similarly, I feel that there is a similar mindset around SEO as well. That okay, you hire a guy for SEO and things are done. He will take care of everything. But what do you think? Is it the case?
So it's not a one person work or one team work, I would say.
Yeah.
Specifically in case of search engine optimization, let's say it's the SEO guy would be able to give the recommendations out,
Recommendations, yeah.
right? That hey, this is something which needs to be done. Now this needs to be ideated. A/B testing needs to be done on that. More analysis needs to be done
Correct.
on that. The product team needs to define the right kind of product documents.
Content.
The usability team needs to ensure that okay, it does not interfere with the user experience.
Definitely.
Once this particular thing is implemented, then again the SEO guy has to look at hey,
The
how did
results,
it impact our rankings
Yes.
and other stuff, and post which it could be termed. So SEO is no longer work only of the SEO guy. It needs the entire organization to be involved in any particular activity, and you will see that in mature organization they take it as an organization activity. It's only where the founders or the CXOs are not aware
No.
about the benefits of SEO, they are not able to get the entire organization together towards it.
Actually, so why I wanted to say this is because, as you know, right, like, as you also mentioned that now essay is not just about keywords and all those stuff. It's much more about user experience as well. So a lot of other factors also jump in, like a UX guy is also required. And for technical SEO, yes, you should know a bit of coding, but a good amount of fixation has to be done by the technical.
Yes.
Nice. So moving on to one of the interesting questions that I like to ask to everyone who is on this show. So please tell us your favorite blog or maybe podcast or any YouTube channel or maybe a LinkedIn profile or influencer who people can look up to when they want to learn about SEO and they want to stay updated about SEO.
Okay. So one person on Twitter that definitely you need to follow is John Mueller, who is the SEO expert at Google.
Okay.
Usually he responds to multiple questions, and those question and answers is something which you should look up to.
Okay.
In terms of blog, Moz is
Moz.
something which is interesting. Search Engine Land is interesting. And back home, Infinity team has started writing around all the SEO topics, so we should be there soon,
Yes,
competing with
yes,
the Moz's and
definitely.
the Search Engine Land. But yeah, we are writing at a much slower pace as compared to them, but we'll catch up.
Nice. And how people can connect to you? Like you are active on LinkedIn or Twitter. Is there any particular platform?
LinkedIn, Twitter, both work for me. So that's something which I'm usually available on. Definitely, yeah.
Great. So, Kaushal, last question. One last tip, or maybe I won't term it as a hack, but maybe a suggestion or tip for the people who are actually practicing SEO. So, one last piece of advice, suggestion, or hack or tip, whatever you say.
So one particular hack, if I had to start suggest, would be start with the product.
Okay.
SEO cannot happen without the product. It does not make sense in doing on page, off page on a website if your product is not strong enough to handle the kind of volume which is expected from Google, or it is not that great in terms of handling a user who's going to land on the page.
Okay. So thanks a lot, Kaushal, for giving us your time and traveling down from Mumbai to Bangalore on Saturday. That one Saturday. So thanks a lot for being here on the show. Thank you guys for watching this. I'll be back next time with one more person, and we'll be again talking about marketing and things around it. So till then, keep growing. Thank you.
Thank you guys.